As a leader, are you getting the most out of the people that are working for you? Do you know how to keep them involved in the projects that you have going on and into the future of your organization to go on to greater and better things without driving them to the ground, without destroying their mental will? I'm Eric with Leadership Developed. Today, we're going to talk about how you as a leader can properly motivate your people to understand what motivation is for not only yourself, but for the organization so that you can go positively forward into creating a better culture and environment for the people around you. As a leader, it is your role, as we talked about in this video, to give hope, to provide guidance, to give them a vision of a better future, but also to create a culture in which they can grow and develop in. And also having that culture of trust and vulnerability for them to make mistakes, learn from mistakes, and develop more. So as a source of motivation, what do you use? Do you even know what's out there? Or are you just going, this has always worked for me? 9 out of 10 times, most leaders in developing organizations find that it's a trial and error and not really understand the process of how to create motivation within their organization. Today, I'm going to help you develop different styles and ways for you to motivate the people around you to get the most out of them without destroying them, without wearing them down, without forcing them to leave you because you wanted the best for the organization. We're going to break down motivation into two categories. First category is extrinsic. Extrinsic is your common motivation, such as pay with pay raises, job positions with job promotions, awards and rewarding, public praise, giving support, putting them in the main effort, focusing on them. Those are those big outward styles that allow to show your support and motivation to those individuals. The value of that motivation is on how you deliver it. It has to have value. And things that are value are not just sparse and hard to come by, but they have to have meaning. You can't have a blanket approach to motivating people extrinsically with these different things. You have to have merit with these things. How do you fill in that void, or how do you get rid of that void? And that's the intrinsic part. The intrinsic part is, why do these people come to work for you? Why do these people want to join you on this journey? Why do they want to be part of this organization? Anybody can get a paying job anywhere these days. It's pretty much the workers' market right now. However, if you know how to use intrinsic motivation, you will now not only fill in that void that the extrinsic is not filling, but you will have a nice complementary picture for a culture of trust. What is this intrinsic motivation? These are things like it gives them purpose. What is their why? We talked about Simon Sinek, and he talks about why do we do these things? What allows you as a leader to motivate your people with their why? Well, you do that with the operational chart. And the operational chart and the operational map shows how every person contributes into the overall success. But guess what? Nobody draws these things out. Nobody shows their people how they fit into the bigger picture, how they contribute into the bigger picture. Great leaders are very good about showing even the janitorial crew how they contribute to the success of their overall organization. Why? Because everyone has a purpose. Everyone has meaning. And all their meaning is to help you as a leader to do your job. I had an operational map to show each individual in my department to understand how they contribute to the overall goal. And that was important because there's people that were assigned to jobs that just they're not attractive for them to be assigned to, and they go into this darkness in which I need them to be motivated. I need them to understand that this is an important seat. This seat needs to be taken care of with a passion, with dignity and respect. And so by having this operational map of how everyone contributes to the overall goal of fixing and flying aircraft, people were motivated. People wanted to show how good they were. And when it came down to those inspection times, they were ready to show off what they have accomplished in their time in that seat. Another intrinsic is the job interesting? Now trust me, I hate just putting in data, but I do like reading the data and trying to figure out what the story tells me. But at the same time, it's a puzzle. So by seeing it as a puzzle, I get more interested into things. Intrinsic can also be simple things as the culture itself. Believe me, nobody wants to work in an organization that frustrates them, that makes them anxious because they don't want to go into work. They don't want to be there dealing with that crap. They want to grow. They want to grow. They want their skills to be developed. They want to know that they're doing something. They want to be able to express themselves in their way. They want to be able to contribute in the way they see fit. Not to have somebody micromanage how they do their stuff. Another thing is, are you developing their skills? If you have an up-and-coming leader and they understand that they need to have certain experiences to help them become more successful for a future role that they really desire, then help them understand that, the enjoyment of skill development, in which it's not forever, but it's a piece that they need to experience to be able to have empathy for anybody who has to fill in that spot when they're the leader of that department. One of the biggest checks you have to do as a leader is get out of your office, get out of your chair, and actually find out how bored everyone is. It's important to understand that the enjoyment factor and having a lack of boredom, because it's the same old thing, is important. That's why you going out as a leader, showing that you're not showing false motivation, but you're showing genuine interest in what everyone is doing. Every time a leader shows genuine interest into their people actually respond well to it. They actually want to share with you what they can do, what they accomplished. I mean, I'm thinking of all the times in Iraq when we had those slow days. If I didn't get out of my office and ask and seek, hey, how is everything going? I think everyone would have been bored out of their minds. It was the fact that I showed interest in, hey, show me how you do your job. Show me show me what we're accomplishing today. And they started getting interested. And then other people outside were like going, hey, I want to see why is the boss interested in watching that job? And so now everyone starts becoming more motivated about doing their job well and then showing off that they can do this very well. Getting the most out of the people in your organization is about knowing these two things: extrinsic motivation and intrinsic motivation. It's not one or the other. It is a complementary of both. How do you incorporate them? How do you incorporate them to be able to work well together, to get your people more excited about what they do to help you do your job? I'm Eric with Leadership Developed. If you missed last week's video, check it out. It's right over here. And if you want to know what else we've been talking about, check out this video over here as well. We will talk to you guys again next week.